What's up, guys? I'm LQ. This is the LQ Review. Thank you so much for joining me here on my YouTube channel. This is where I talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that I love to talk about: movies, video games, comic books, TV shows. If it's geeky, if it's nerdy, I love to talk about it right here. Right now, I'm going to give you guys my review of the Netflix original movie, The Sleepover. And yeah, it's a kids movie. It is. I watched it with my kids. And you've got different layers of kids movies, right? You've got the kids movies that, man, you just hate yourself watching them. They're that bad. You got the kids movies that, there's enough adult jokes in there that I'm not entirely bored, but it's still bad. And then you got the kids movies where, hey, I had a good time watching that. I'm never going to sit down and watch it by myself, but if my kids ever say, hey, Dad, let's watch this movie, then I'm going to be like, there's worse alternatives. The Sleepover is that kind of movie. It was not a bad way to spend 90 minutes, especially 90 minutes with your kids. I don't know. I just found it to be a little reminiscent of the Spy Kids movies, but definitely different in the sense that it didn't have the crazy technology that those movies had. So how is this like Spy Kids? Well, in this movie, the kids, they're having a sleepover, and, well, actually, the boys are having the sleepover. The girls were getting ready to sneak out. But they are having a sleepover, and during the sleepover, the parents get kidnapped by bad guys. So naturally, it's the kids who at that point take it upon themselves to go rescue the parents. Very Spy Kids-ish. And then we learn that the mom has an unsavory past where she's done some unsavory things, and that she's in the witness protection program, and she's actually a very skilled fighter and very skilled thief, and she's one of the best in the world at what she does. Not Spy Kids-ish, but at the same time very Spy Kids-ish. Where this movie does not follow the same tracks as Spy Kids is you don't have the gadgets, you don't have the technology. Yeah, there's some, they find a secret stash of weapons, but it's not cartoonish and CGI heavy like the Spy Kids was. So Malin Ackerman plays Margot, who's the mom, who has the history of nefarious activities that makes her one of the best in the world at what she does. And Ken Marino, he plays Dad. And he is a bright spot in this movie. Absolute bright spot. He's hilarious. He is the avatar for moms and dads watching this movie with their kids, because they're not going to see it through Malin Ackerman's character, because she is exceptional. They're going to see it through the dad, because the dad had no idea anything about her past, and the whole movie he's extremely confused about everything that's going on, but not in a way that's supposed to be pandering to women. Like, look how stupid this man is, right? He acts like a dad. And I know a little bit about that. So that being said, he's very funny, and he finds himself in a lot of situations where his reactions are true to life, and I'm just glad that they went that route with the dad. This would have been a much different movie if both of them were super thieves or whatever. Having him be clueless to her past was a wonderful change of pace, and a nice surprise. Joe Magliano plays Leo, her ex-fiance, and of course they end up getting reunited in this. And the way that Dad compares himself to this super stud who was cast as Deathstroke, the way that Dad compares himself to this man during the movie, it's also very entertaining. And the way that this guy treats Dad, knowing that his ex-fiance is married to this guy now, it's very like passive-aggressive condescending, and it's really funny. So there's a lot of really funny stuff in this movie that really made me happy. The lead is Sadie Stanley. She plays Clancy, and we were trying to figure out where we've seen her before. We was like, me and my wife were like, well, she's not in the Descendants movies. Where have we seen her before? And then finally, it popped in my wife's head. She was like, she played Kim Possible in the live-action Kim Possible movie. Yes, that's right. I even reviewed the live-action Kim Possible movie after we watched it with my daughter. And she was one of the bright spots in that movie, and she's one of the bright spots in this movie as well. She definitely helps lead the child actors and does a great job. Some of the other child actors do an admirable job, conveying some of the the fear, terror, excitement of the hijinks that they get themselves into. But at the same time, I wouldn't say that they knocked it out of the park. Cree Sacchino, I think that's how you say her name. She plays a character named Mim. She's one of the kids. She was a standout. She was very funny, very sarcastic, and everything that she said, that dry, witty, sarcastic humor was very, very funny. The two boy actors, Maxwell Sims and Lucas J. They were passable. They were passable. They did a good enough job. Especially, Lucas J. I just didn't feel like he had a lot of, and I don't even know what else he's appeared in his career, but I just didn't feel like he had a lot of experience. I felt like this was kind of new to him, but he was passable. He was passable. He did an admirable job. But I did want to mention Cree Sacchino as Mim. She was very good in a supporting role. Very funny. But guys, overall, this was a funny movie. I really enjoyed it. Me and my wife, we both watched it with our kids, and my wife enjoyed it too. We both had a good time with this movie. It was a good way to spend 90 minutes with your kids. Just popping some popcorn, sitting on that couch, and just enjoying a fantasy tale with your kids. So I definitely recommend it in that aspect. For me, I'm going to give it a B. It wasn't anywhere near my favorite movie of the year, but it did what it was supposed to do. This movie did what it was supposed to do. It delivered laughs, it delivered quality family time, and it delivered an action adventure that you could watch with your kids. And that, at the end of the day, is really what we want out of a movie like this. So Netflix has a winner on their hands. I really like The Sleepover, and I definitely recommend it, especially if you have kids. So what did you think of The Sleepover, though? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. And as always, thank you so much for joining me right here at the LQ Review, where we get to talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that we love to talk about. Until next time, we'll see you later.